Hello and welcome, my name is Aleisha and this is Project Vegan, so let's get baking. Today we're going to be making similar to the Lindsay cookies I made not so long ago, last week actually. We'll link the recipe up in one of the information cards in the top corner. I'm going to be not recreating, but adapting that recipe slightly and changing the fillings as requested by my boyfriend. He asked for cranberry and white chocolate. So we're going to attempt to make same biscuits but with cranberry and white chocolate using very similar recipe. And yeah, I might see if I can make them slightly smaller and bake them for a little bit longer and get some hard ones and bake some a little bit less and have some softer ones. That is the plan, but we'll see how it turns out. So let's get started with the baking process. You're going to want to start by preheating your oven to 190 degrees Celsius. I'm going to use fan bake, but it's also fine on just bake. They'll just take a little bit longer. And I think it's about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, but don't quote me on that one. So yeah, we're gonna preheat the oven and get a baking tray lined and ready off to the side so that as soon as your cookies are ready, you can scoop them on and put them in the oven. This recipe does require an electric beater or a kitchen stand, KitchenAid, which I'm gonna be using. You're gonna wanna start by taking 1 cup or 200 grams of butter, or I'm using margarine, vegan butter. Straight in it goes. Mine's slightly soft because I left it out. Once you have your butter in there, you're going to want to add, once you got all the butter in there, 1.5 cups of white sugar, so 1.5. Also 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then you beat until creamy and smooth. But before we start that beater, I'm going to pre-make my flax eggs. I want 2 flax eggs, so I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of ground linseeds or flax seeds to a little bowl. I have them in here, and to this I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of water. If you only wanted to use 1 egg, 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of water. Give that a quick mix, set it aside, and just like that you've got eggs. Now to the beating. It helps to turn it on. You may have to scrape down the edges a couple times like this. Just scrape it down and let it keep mixing until you get the consistency you need, which is like, it's like light, fluffy and creamy. The sugar won't be completely dissolved, but a lot of it will be. Alrighty, I'm happy with the consistency at the moment. It's nice, light, fluffy, and all mixed together quite good. It looks like whipped, I don't know, whipped butter. It's the best explanation probably. My flax eggs are also done, so we're gonna add that in. And we're also gonna add in some vanilla essence. Just about a teaspoon, but I don't normally measure my vanilla, so I'm just gonna do a capful. In go the eggs, 2 flax eggs, and also, where did I put it? Oh, in goes the vanilla. Just like that. Now before I start that, and it makes a whole lot of noise, while it's mixing, you're gonna add in 2.5 cups into a separate bowl. So I've got a separate bowl here. I'm gonna add 2.5 cups of oats, 2 cups of plain flour, 1 and 2. As well as I have over here pre-measured 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a couple pinches of salt. Also gonna add that in and give that a good mix all together. Also, what you can do while that's beating is you can cut up some white chocolate. I could only find this stuff at my supermarket. It's by Sweet William, and it's already got strawberries in it. So that's what I'm using. So I've done a little bit less cranberries. I'm using only 1 cup, which I've also chopped up, because as I said, I want to try and do smaller ones. So we're gonna see how that works out for me. But yeah, so you can also prepare that while these are beating. Once your flax eggs are all beaten through with the butter and your vanillas all combined, you're going to slowly, I emphasize slowly, start adding this mixture in to incorporate it in. I'm just going to do it on a very low setting on my cake mixer. If it gets too hard to start mixing it, then do it by hand. Or if the cake mixer gets stuck, stuff like that. Once you got your flour mixed through pretty good, I like to once over it with my spatula, also scrape down the edges and check that there's no flour or extra oats or anything down on the bottom. Then once we've done that, I add in the goodies. So we've got cranberries, 1 cup, which I've chopped up quite finely, or as much as possible. It was a bit of a rough chop, to be honest, but they're chopped. And I'm also gonna add in the chocolate. Just a tip, if you want to scrape stuff off a board, use the back of a knife, because it doesn't get stuck and it doesn't cut the board, and you still get heaps of it off. Like that. And then we mix. Alrighty. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with that now. So it's time to scoop them out onto a tray. I'm gonna start by taking maybe like a very small tablespoon amount. Yeah, like that much. Oh, I think I want a little bit less. Very, very small cookies is what we're going for this time. Okay, these are my cookies. They're a lot smaller, or a little bit smaller than last time, so I got more on the tray. Cranberry and white chocolate, so we'll see how they turn out. These ones are going in the oven. I'm gonna start with 10 to 15 minutes because they're slightly smaller. Hopefully they'll go crispy and don't spread too much, but we'll see what happens. And I'll show you the finished product when they're all done. Alrighty, I've finally finished cooking them, and I can't tell you how many there are, but I think it's over 50, so, or close to 50. And I filled this whole tray with cookies. So we're gonna try one. I will just quickly mention that I left some for way longer, and because of the white chocolate that I'd never used before, some of them melted like heaps, and these are very, very firm cookies. And then some of them I didn't cook for anywhere near as long, and they didn't flatten out as much, and they're like really round, and I think they're more like soft. Yeah, these are softer on the inside. Okay, so these tasted so good, and I don't like white chocolate, but that's what they look like on the inside. Nice, soft, chewy, just an all-round good cookie. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you consider making cookies, either one of them. They're the chocolate and apricot or raspberry and white chocolate. For someone who doesn't like white chocolate, these are actually pretty good, so if that influences your decision at all. I will link the recipe down in the description box below. As always, in the comments, let me know what your favorite type of cookie is, or your favorite flavor. Are you just a plain, simple chocolate chip kind of person, or do you like double chocolate chip? What's your go-to cookie? Like this video if you've enjoyed, and please consider hitting that subscribe button. Anything helps so much, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.